Go.
Hey, Jamie.
Sarah, hey, how are you?
I'm good. You ready for our weekly coaching calls?
I am good. It's been a great week. Very
Good.
busy.
Tell me about it. What's great?
I'm just about done with my certification for MAPS. So,
Girl, is everybody kind of getting done, or are you ahead of the game?
I'm kind of staying in my own lane. So I don't know, honestly, what people have left. I think there's maybe one out of the group of 30 that's actually completed his certification. And I know that there are others that want to, but I've just been so focused on my own stuff that I'm not even sure, to be honest.
Good girl. Okay. So when are you going to be done? Like, what, do you have an end date?
Honestly, I would love to be done by noon today.
Oh.
But I think done with the tasky homework models that I can get done. There's still one book that I need to complete and write a review on.
Yeah.
But if I'm being honest, the review on the books are pretty straightforward and simple that I think I could get through most of the book and still do a review on it.
Right. Okay.
So Wednesday would be my hard end date goal.
Are you working with anybody through the end of this process?
Yeah, I have the best accountability partner. We've been working together now since we started, but the self-paced course has been way more in depth. So we've been working together, almost daily.
Right. So how has that relationship been? You feel like that's been worthwhile?
Oh, so worth it. So worth it. Because I know that there's other people that do want to get this done that just have not found. I just don't think this is a class that anybody should go at alone, just because of the amount of content and the amount of things that need to get done in a short amount of time. So I couldn't imagine not working with somebody, but I truly have the best accountability partner. We push each other. We're on the same pace. We have the same goals. We have the same businesses aside from this MAP certification. So we're just kind of in each other's corner, and it's been awesome.
So in general, how important do you feel like accountability is within a business? I mean, yours or anybody else's?
Oh, I think it's super important. Just like I belong to a gym that's like small group training, and I love to have somebody help push me. I can do the moves and I know what to do, but have somebody help guide me to help me be even better is what's awesome. So finding that in the business world is very crucial to me finding any sort of success at all.
How do you think this experience that you've had with your accountability partner finishing up MAPS is going to benefit you in accountability in your MAPS coaching moving forward? Like in helping your future clients?
I think my clients are coaches, because when you asked the question, I thought of it in terms of how important accountability is to me and how it's going to help the coaches that I bring into my organization or my agency. Because having gone through it and knowing how it is something that could be easy to be put on the back burner, and how having that one person or two people that push you to get through it and doing it together is what's going to set you apart from those who finish and those who flounder.
So what about your future clients? The chiropractor or the dentist or the boutique owner.
Yeah.
How do you think this experience is going to help you coach them in accountability?
I can help with the experience that I've had, but I can ask the right questions around how they can have accountability aside from just, my coaching them once a week. We can go through the 411. I can help bring their business to new levels because I can help hold them accountable as their coach. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So will you most likely be their accountability partner, or will you want to?
So yeah, no, I think it would be me for sure, because we can map out goals and crush them together.
Yeah.
And
so
celebrate that
firsthand how it really makes a difference in their businesses. So do you and your accountability partner now, do you feel like you have the same goals and level of work ethic? Do you feel like that's been pretty congruent?
Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, we have busy lives outside of this certification and we give ourselves grace. And I mean, I have two kids that I have 50% of the time. So when I have them, that's my focus. But when I don't have them and she's free, like we work very well together at crushing our goals.
So this might be a weird question, but what do you feel like you need from your accountability partner? What's her name?
Sarah,
Oh,
she's
okay.
awesome.
What do you feel like you need from Sarah? Like what's your piece that you really need out of an accountability partner?
I think just having somebody in alongside me, having, doing the same things that I'm doing. Check-ins is huge. And she does that, which helps push me, kind of like, hey, I'm this far into a book that I'm reading, or because we read the same books, generally around the same time. But I think it's very helpful to have like Marco Polo check-ins. And yes, we check in on our other businesses in life, but this has been our one thing and our one focus. So it's very helpful to have that person with the exact same timeline of goals. And we pretty much are a match made in heaven. Like we do the same things all the time together, and it pushes me. And I think in turn pushes her.
Well, how do you foresee this relationship looking moving forward? Once you're certified.
Oh, she's not done with me for sure. Once we're done with the certification, I think we'll continue doing what we're doing, but that will translate into our 411 and mapping out things that we want to do as far as lead generation. Because now we have to start growing our business, right? Great. We have a piece of paper saying we're certified, but it doesn't do anything until we become good coaches and practice, everything that we've learned. So moving forward, we plan to, I guess maybe we need to have this conversation, but keep this relationship going and work on growing our businesses together.
Because at this point, you don't see any issues how will you know if it's not working? I mean, how would you know if it's not working?
I think that's like a feeling. I think I've worked with many accountability partners in the past for my other businesses, like for Rodan and Fields, and several relationships have changed over time because people have different goals and circumstances change. But I don't foresee that happening here because we've started off on just the right foot and we have the same exact goals. And we don't benefit off each other financially. So we're completely sidelined. And I think our ideas will just continue to help us both moving forward.
So, it sounds like you guys are becoming pretty good friends too. Mm-hmm. How are you going to keep those two things separate and still be able to move forward in your businesses?
Yeah, I think we've been good at that. I think our personal lives, like if there's something we need to talk about, we do it, but we don't ever hesitate to get right down to business. And she's like a no nonsense kind of person. And I think that I am too. We like to just dive right in and get shit done. Yeah. But we also give each other grace and know that if something's happening that's important or a big deal, then we can move our work aside and talk about that.
Yeah. And maybe it could be something to where that wouldn't work with a lot of relationships, right? Like maybe you would be working with someone and they don't feel heard, but it sounds like Sarah's not that way.
Yeah,
right?
No, not at all. No, we have a great, I don't know if balance is the right word, but maybe work ethic or structure around our business.
Right. So is there any way to improve the accountability that the two of you have?
I don't think so. I mean, we have regular Zoom meetings. We chat on Marco Polo. I never feel like it's too much.
Yeah.
And if I ever have felt that, it's because myself, I have not done the things that I said I was going to do. So then in turn, it's a perfect relationship because it pushes me to do those things without making me feel bad about anything.
Right. Do you think that your accountability partner would be okay with you doing bigger, doing more? Do you think she would ever hold you back, or do you feel like she would encourage you to grow? Yeah. I think that's something important with accountability partners, that they ultimately want the best for you, and you feel like that's the case.
Yeah. I would love to talk to her about ClickFunnels moving forward. So maybe that I could put that on my list for some homework, because I would love to I think there's something we can do with this business, whether it's lead gen or coaching or something around ClickFunnels. But
Yeah.
that was just a thought I had that I haven't talked to her about yet.
Cool. Well, sounds like she'd be open to hearing a little bit more about that too. Sounds like you guys have a fun road ahead of you, the two of you. I'm excited to see. And so, I'm, as your coach, how do you see the difference in what I give you versus what you do with her?
I think just asking me the questions that you ask is very helpful and helps push me in a different way. I mean, because her and I go through and get our tasky things done. And right now our one thing is completing the certification. So I haven't looked beyond that, but I'm excited for our coaching relationship, for, you helping me just by asking me those questions.
Right. Okay. So speaking of that, do you have your 411?
I sure do. I need to get better at updating it, but I sure do.
A good girl. Okay, so I'm looking at your 411. And actually, let's pop back over to your GPS just really quick. So looking at your GPS, just a quick review, you're looking at July to July with 30 direct coaches. How many direct coaches do you have as of now?
3.
Okay. I'm going to put right here. So June, you have 3, just so we can, it sounds like June 3rd. 3 coaches. And then we can kind of just keep track there.
Those people are going in July.
Okay. Then we'll put July here. Complete certification. Let's just put an end goal right here. So you said,
Wednesday would be ideal in my mind, the 26th.
I'm not going to even put potentially. We're just going to put June what? 26th?
Okay, 26th. I'm traveling tomorrow, so tomorrow's kind of shot for work. But I'm going to get as much done today as I can.
Okay.
Sarah and I are meeting to get a lot of this stuff out of the way.
Okay. Looking at your coaching clients, you want 10. When do you want 10 coaching clients by? What's your goal?
September 1st.
Okay.
That is a lofty goal, but we're writing it down.
Sounds like you and your partner can do just about anything. So
she's awesome. We made a list of, or have a plan at least, for who we're gonna map out and talk to.
Okay. So back up here, books 3 a month. Have you been holding pretty true to that?
Yeah, for sure. I've done at least 1 a week.
Twice a week accountability sounds like that's going well. Complete homework for week by Monday. Is that still?
Yeah, that's changed a little bit since our self-paced course was sent to us 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Prior to that, we were completing our homework on Mondays and submitting it by Wednesday by our call. That's kind of adjusted a little bit.
Okay. So instead of saying complete homework for week by Monday, what does this look like now?
Complete certification by Wednesday.
So it's the university, right?
Yeah, online university.
Complete Maps University. That's pretty much it, right? And is there anything else you need to do with home office or anything like that?
We are going to contact Jake, who's going to help us get our 1099 set up and back office. And there's still some questions we have around that, but pay structure.
Let's just call this complete your certification. And then maybe we can add some things to that over on your 411 on what that looks like.
Okay.
Good?
Perfect. Yep.
Okay. And you're building an agency. You got 3 already. And then you're looking for 27 more by next July.
So my goal is 2 a month. Does that math not make sense? 27?
2 a month, 24, 25, 26, 27. So 2 plus, 2 to 3.
Okay.
So inviting commitments for direct coaches, have you been having 5 conversations a week?
My one thing has really been completing the certification. So I have a list of people that I need to have conversations with, but I've not done that.
Okay. So is this something you really want to focus on more maybe next week?
I think next week. Lead gen would be where I
Okay.
need to spend, and Sarah and I are going to meet and spend pretty much every waking moment on lead gen.
Okay. All right, so I'm just glancing over this, and let's look here at the 10 coaching clients, September 1st. So do you already have your environment ready? And what did that mean? I'm looking over there.
Just office space. Yep, I have the best office. Love, love, love my office. I need to get headphones. I don't have business cards.
Okay.
I'm kind of up in the air about getting those and what they look like and what goes on them. So I probably should reevaluate that within the next week or so. And I'll talk to Sarah about what she thinks is the best idea around that. Because you can get them for cheap.
So I would say, on your homework, let's add that on there, because it sounds like we're about to be done. So,
Yep.
Your environment needs to be ready just in case you do get a client, right? And your cards. So where are your cards going to come from? Do you know what you're going to do?
No, I'm not sure, because I have the Power Partners coaching business. We're potentially talking about partnering under Kaizen Coaching, another established coaching business that may potentially help with leads. So I don't know what they are going to look like yet. Maybe just a picture of my face with my name and my phone number, powered by maps at the bottom. I don't know. Maybe Sarah has ideas around it. I can't wait to ask her.
Tell me about the Kaizen. What do you mean by that? What's that?
I'm not 100% sure, but he's already been coaching, and he has an established coaching company, and he is offering to partner with certified MAPS coaches. So his only request is that you find at least one of your own clients, and then I don't know if it's based on MPA or based on what he knows about you, where or how he's going to lead gen for you.
Okay. Have you talked to him in person? How are you going to make a decision about this?
No, I haven't talked to him in person. I am really just focused on getting the certification done, and then opening up options for how to move forward. So no, we meet weekly in a group Zoom session.
Yeah.
But I have not had a one-on-one conversation with him yet.
Okay. I'm going to put down to talk to you about that next week, if that's okay. Because it sounds like, if we're making our list of what's most important, that sounds like a decision that kind of needs to be made in the next week or two, right?
Right. Because if it doesn't negatively impact my business at all, then he can throw leads at me. That may help with my 10 coaching clients by September 1st.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to put it down to talk about that next week. And then I'm sure you and Sarah will talk about that as well. And then maybe it's a conversation with him. You thinking that's probably...
Yeah. Is he a realtor?
Kaizen?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm wondering if his clients are like realtors. I don't know. That doesn't sound like something that excites me that I want to coach, but we'll look into it. I will absolutely have a conversation with him and talk
so
to Sarah.
maybe this week would be just a good opportunity to shoot him an email and see when a good time next week would be to talk. Yep. Would that be something you could probably do this week?
Sure. Yep.
Okay. And then have you started your list of potential clients?
No, based on our that's my homework.
Yeah. Okay. Clients. I think we talked last time on maybe female entrepreneurs.
Correct.
Okay.
Small business. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So let's pop over to your 411 then. So down here for this week, looks like you didn't, we didn't work on this last week. This is naughty on us, right? But hey, we can't fix that. So we did already talk over here about what you're going to do this week for lead gen. So let's talk over here under certification. I'll let you type.
Okay.
What do you have left to do? Let's just make your list. What needs to be done this week? Do you have any classes this week?
We have a phone call on Wednesday. What's the date?
26.
Group call the 26th. I have to do sales funnels. Time blocking. Actually, I already did that. Why does the circle or the line go through it? Do you know?
I have, I would check in with your home office about that.
I'll put that right on my list.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Sales funnels, time blocking, org chart. There's something else that P&L questions. Coaching call on Uh, where did this go? I remember what I had up there. There's also an optional call, and I think it's Tuesday.
Up at the top, you had optional call is Thursday with.
I think they added a new one.
Right.
I'll talk to Sarah about that, but I'm pretty sure they added us to their Tuesday calls.
Okay. What about your class call? Do you have one of those this week?
Oh, that's what I put up there. That got
Okay.
deleted. So class call Wednesday.
Okay.
11 a.m. my time. Okay. And then I need to do one more book review, and I need to do 2 coaching evaluations.
You don't have enough bullets in here, Miss Jamie. You're realizing this, you're running out of bullets.
Mm.
And what we've talked about on your GPS was environment. So headphones, like need to do some this week, or do you want that to be next week?
No, I can put it on here. That's not a hard thing to do.
Okay.
Business cards, talk to Isaac.
You're going to email Isaac
Yes.
for a time to talk next week. And I think you were going to email Jake, is that his name? About maybe back office, pay structure, fees, things like that. And I think with Jake and Isaac, if you can set up a time next week, say this week, not so much, next week, and that way they already have that appointment set up.
Perfect.
Maybe. So let's look at this. That's 10 things. So, and then you also have your 5 things over there for lead gen. Let's look there at the agency really quick. Follow up with lists, message 10 potential coaches. Do you want to delete those things for now? Or?
No, I want to leave them because when I get through all of these, most of them I'll have done today.
Okay.
Tomorrow I will be traveling, so I will not be working. But honestly, in my travel, that's when I can do this part, the 10 coaches and follow up with lists. Like I can do that on an airplane.
Okay. Do you feel like you have a pretty sturdy list of coaches, potential coaches to reach out to now, or do you feel like you need to add to your list?
Yes. No, I have a list.
Okay. To at least get you started for now.
Yeah, it's clients I need to make a list of.
Okay. And over there, you've got comparison prices, do some research, and that's something you can do on the road as well, right? Yep. Research on that. You're going to make your list of 10 women business owners, 5 phone calls to 5 business owners. When do you feel like you're going to fit that in?
That I'm probably not going to do till I'm back. So that I may need to move to the next week.
Yeah. Why don't you just do that? Take that.
Do you want to put it on week 5, or do we start a new?
Well, why don't you throw it on week 5 for now, and that way and then whenever you make your new month, it'll be easy to throw it there. And ask for referrals. Is that something you feel like you can still fit in this week?
I think I can, but it's also going to be tied to, I'll add it down here too, because that's going to be my 5 calls.
Right.
And then I also want to come up with questions. We talked about this. Questions written for script for business owners, like what I want to ask them when I call them.
Didn't you say that the Kaizen coaching call last week that they talked about a script for that kind of thing? Were you able to get that from them?
No, but it's on my list.
Okay. There's no sense in recreating the wheel, right?
Agree.
Okay. So how are you feeling about this stuff to do this week?
I'm feeling good. I feel like the certification is going to be a huge weight off my shoulders once it's done and free up some time to do other things. But having accountability, because it's something that I could be exhausted from once it's done, but having accountability to, okay, now you did that, the next thing is, and it's listed right here. I think that's going to be helpful.
So tell me, earlier when we were talking about your partner with Sarah, and you guys are doing your personal development together too. Tell me about that. Like you're reading the same books?
Yeah, there's so many books. There's lists and lists of books. And anytime we hear of a good one, we add it to our list. And then when we meet, we have conversations about, okay, which book are we going to read next? And then we order it on Amazon on the same day.
Nice.
And our goal is like one a week. And depending on the length of the book and the content and what we need to get done during a specific time is what we do.
Have you found that has been helping you read more? Like, it's interesting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've not read as much as I have in the last month in a long time.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so are you going to be able to come back in here and check off these boxes? Do you feel good when you check these boxes?
I do. I think I should add in there, because we listen to podcasts too, and we do at least one a week. I just don't really know where to put it, if I'm adding too many things to my plate, or if I should put it under its own category, because it's not necessarily going to help get me certified, but it's something that is still a priority.
Let's see. I mean, that really could go under clients, honestly, because that's making you a better coach, right? So, how many podcasts do you think you want to snag?
I think one. I think I could do one a week. Let me put one, and if I could do more, I'll do more.
Okay, that sounds good. So by next week, let me just make sure we're clear. You're going to be certified. We're going to be celebrating next week on Monday.
Yep.
And you're going to have all these boxes checked off, and it's going to feel so good, right? At least all of certification and all of clients. If you get some of those two agency things done, that's a bonus. That's your ice cream, and you eat your vegetables.
Yep.
And so just so I can be prepared, you're going to be certified next week, and like, whoa, now you're going to have some time on your hands. What's going to be the first thing you want to focus on once you're certified?
Lead gen.
Lead gen. Okay. And we've already talked a little bit about that, but we're gonna dig in big time, right? So whenever we're saying make a list of 10 women business owners, we might quadruple that, right? Maybe we're saying add 50. Are you want to dive in, like go all in to lead gen?
I want to dive in, yeah. And if I can time block, like I'd love to. I don't know if that's too much to add to my homework. Yeah, next week I'd love to dive into time blocking, because lead gen is one of those things that it's easy to not do.
Right.
I mean, I've made lists in my 411, and once my certification became my one thing, that kind of fell by the wayside. So I would love to time block and do all in on lead gen, but I want to do it intentionally.
Okay. I read in a book one time, it's actually called New Sales Advantage, or New Sales, what's it called? New Sales something. And it talked in there about no one ever defaults accidentally into lead gen.
It's not like sexy.
No. And if you have an extra hour, you're not going to be like, oh my gosh, I've got time to lead gen right now. You're going to find a million other things to do. So it absolutely will not happen without specific time blocking. So if that's going to be your one thing, probably, lead gen for your coaching business, then time blocking is going to be absolutely crucial. So I'm going to put down next week, we're going to talk time block. We're going to talk a little lead gen, which we've already gotten started on that. We're also going to talk about Kaizen and how we're going to make a decision on that. Okay. So awesome. If that's okay, we're going to dive into the pros and cons of that. Do you have any other options besides Kaizen?
As of right now, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. So we'll talk about that. So I guess the option right now is Kaizen or no Kaizen. Is that really our options?
For now, Kaizen or no Kaizen, and I've kind of not made it a priority yet, because I can't do anything. I can't have any leads sent my way if I'm not a coach.
Totally. Okay. So next week, time blocking, lead gen, Kaizen decision, and girl, I'm excited for you. And I just want to tell you, like firsthand, like I'm proud of you. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Done really well.
Meet my accountability partner. She's a rock star.
I'd love to meet her sometime. I bet she is. All right, girl, you got your work cut out for you. I don't want to take any more of your time. So,
all right, I'm ready. I have so much work to do.
All right. See you, Jamie.
Thank you. Bye, Sarah.
Bye.